You only get one shot. Are they going to click on that and look more at the listing, or are they going to move on?
Real Estate Radio Boston with loan officer Rick Shearer of Guaranteed Rate.
If you are dealing with someone that doesn't understand those micro markets, you're going to be steered completely in the wrong direction.
And legal professional Ali Alavi of Alavi Braza PC.
It's a transaction for us, but it's someone's home.
The biggest anxiety I felt, am I going to get the mortgage?
It all breaks down to communication.
Real Estate Radio Boston gives you the information you need to succeed in today's housing market.
Just agree on something?
Yeah, we actually did. Isn't that amazing?
I love that.
You're giving me this blank stare.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this. But
you left his lawyer up.
He's handsome too.
Rick Shearer, NMLS ID 454910. This is Real Estate Radio Boston.
There's investors who are very hands-on. They say, I want to manage the whole building myself. I want to deal with the headaches of having students in your building. And then there's investors who are completely hands-off. And some of the benefits that we offer to our investors is that we're a full brokerage. We're a management company. We manage a lot of units for investors who want to be hands-off. Also, by hiring us and having them manage the buildings, we feel the market. We know when, like you were talking about before in your previous segment, in sales, that there's so many different little pockets in Boston. And rental, there's the same exact thing. Boston College Market, for instance, they rent a year ahead. So these freshmen, sophomores, they just got into their first week of classes, first week of September, and now they have to worry about renting a house for next year because BC doesn't guarantee housing for juniors.
Wow.
So
and I mean, talking about rentals, there are two completely different markets in the city of Boston now, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, there's restrictive inventory that we're seeing, which is really suffocating. And again, I think it does create a buyer's market for those step-up buyers. Wonderfully brilliant idea, Rick, there. But on the flip side, are we seeing an oversupply of rentals? What's your attitude about that? Because there's so many projects that are going on in the waterfront, and we're seeing a lot of inventory on the rental side. Does that concern you?
The luxury market does. The luxury rental market does. I think college rentals are always going to be strong. A good sign of when the rental market is either staling or kind of slowing down is when you start seeing landlords paying half fees or full fees to get their apartments rented. For the past couple of years, we've had, the renters had to take that burden and pay the real estate fee, where when I first started, I had landlords offering me cash bonuses on the side just to get their properties rented.
Wow.
So we're starting to see that now happening with the luxury rental market because there is so much new construction, and most of the construction it has to be luxury because by the time the developer gets their hand on the land or the dirt, and as closer you get to the actual BRA giving you the permit to build whatever you want to build, the property, the land has been turned over so many hands that now they have to build luxury quote unquote buildings. And the actual construction of the building is the same from luxury to non-luxury. It's just the finishings.
Right.
Right. Now, Lucas, I think moving is a industry where people might get more than one quote. 2, 3, sometimes they get crazy and get 4.
8.
Right, 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've seen 8?
Now there's spreadsheets and all that kind. But can you just give us a quick overall? What are some of the top maybe 5 questions that a homeowner should ask when a mover is in there bidding the job, and just so they can get really comfortable and try to narrow down who they should work with?
Yeah, I always encourage people, even if it's a direct referral from someone that's used us before, or an agent, or anyone that we've worked with in the past, get 3 quotes just to compare, see what services each company is willing to offer or has, and prices vary so much, depending on what type of company it is. So I always encourage people to get several quotes to compare them.
To be able to compare the different prices and really have realistic expectations of what it is that they're paying for, right?
So the things they'll want to ask is, are you licensed and insured? Well, hopefully they've done a little bit of background check and make sure the companies they're having come out to quote are licensed, insured, have a good reputation, are a direct referral. Who are your employees? Do you subcontract? Are they legal? Are they licensed? Are they drug screened? Who are your employees? What's your approach? We have a multi-layered approach to handling every single move. We at least try to contact the customer at least 7 times prior to the move, depending on the time frame.
Oh, wow.
If we have enough time, we want to talk to you 7 times. We want to catch those. Say you got sick and forgot to pack. Happens all the time. Well, we don't want to arrive on move day and realize that you hadn't done what you're supposed to do. So we check in, make sure, 2-day call, 1-day call. We actually call on move day to say, how's everything going? So you want to see that company price-wise may be the same, but our approach may be different than someone else. We check in on move day. How's it going? How's the move going? Any concerns you have? Are they finishing up early? Are they finishing up late? How's the weather, the snow? There's plenty of things we want to find out on move day, and that's our approach.
What about insurance considerations, Lucas? As far as I would assume that one of the top 5 inquiries from a moving company would be: Are you insured? How are you insured? And a disaster relief of some sort if something goes wrong.
So. Moving companies, like any other company, have to be licensed and insured. So we have an umbrella policy that'll cover our employees while they're in your home, as well as property damage. Say truck rolls down the driveway, knocks your house over. We're covered for all that. That's one of the questions. But people really are concerned about actual stuff. Their grandma's china that you packed, is it insured? Is the dining room set you spent $7-10 grand on, is that insured?
Right.
So so moving companies are insured, umbrella, but there are options to purchase additional coverage for your antiques, for stuff that you're really concerned about, over and above what we're required to carry.
Do you advise that? Do you think it's a good idea?
Absolutely. We're not immune from anything happening. Part of our job is moving stuff in and out of trucks, in and out of tight hallways. Things can happen. What separates companies is explaining your options up front and how they handle it when it does or if it does happen.
Sure. What is your projection for the next few years? Do you think that we're going to continue to see this type of activity, this type of craziness, for a lack of a better word, and this kind of opportunity for potential sellers to move up? What do you think?
I think South End, Back Bay, the uniqueness of the property, the place where you live on Marlborough Street, you live on Beacon Street, something that's photographed all the time. It's iconic. Those are never going to change. I don't know if 15 offers every time a place sells is going to continue, but definitely the value will remain there. And then, you're looking for places that are still accessible to the city, but are going to grow. So Dorchester, East Boston, places like that. East Boston's starting to get some new restaurants, new bars, some nightlife. Dorchester, South Bay, construction over there. So it's kind of pushing out further, and you'll get the returns maybe in those areas that if you invest now, they'll develop in a couple of years.
That's what I was going to ask you, Mike. What's that hidden jewel right now? Like, as you kind of look on the landscape of in and around Boston, where can you still pick up a decent deal and that has the running room to appreciate?
Yep. And but like I mentioned, Dorchester and East Boston.
So you think Dorchester? Yeah. You think?
You don't think that those neighborhoods are already gentrified and people are already getting priced out? Do you still think that trajectory will continue?
Well, Dorchester, they're both rather large, right? So the Dorchester part closer to Southie, has gentrified and is becoming pricier. But as you get further out a little bit, maybe one T stop away, that's where you can pick up your
because you feel that it's going to continue on and you get in front of the curve.
You have GE moving into the seaport. You have other companies moving their headquarters to Boston. People are going to still need homes. It's a great place to be right now.
Well, people need homes. Also, you have a lot of projects that are going up. The cap rates are reasonably low as far as the investors are concerned. The rents are relatively high. And so I think it creates a situation where you almost need workforce housing. And I think towns like Dorchester and East Boston offer that type of diversity.